Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am your English instructor and welcome to my English coaching class. Currently we are at unit number 14, Human Rights. Our today's lecture is lecture number 2 and the competency that we are targeting through this lecture is vocabulary and grammar. Our today's topic is literary devices and capitonym. Before jumping on to our topic, let's have a look at the SLOs first. Understand and utilize similes, metaphors, personification, imagery, scheme, alliteration, hyperbole, oxymoron, mood, meter, rhyme, assonance and consonants given in the text. Use these devices in writing tasks also. And the second SLO is understand the difference between capitonym words such as turkey, turkey, May, August, March, Polish, China, Titanic, Bill, Lima, nice, earth. Let's learn about literary devices first. We have provided the vertical linkage for you. Okay, let's do a quick brainstorming session. Can you recall the difference between simile and metaphor? Since the vertical linkage suggests that you have already learnt about some of the literary devices, so can you please tell me the difference between a simile and a metaphor? Yes. Let's learn about literary devices. Literary devices are techniques that writers use to express their ideas, enhance their writing, and evoke emotions in their readers. They allow writers to express their ideas in unique and creative ways, leaving a lasting impact on the readers. So, what are the literary devices? Literary devices are those techniques that the writers use to impact their audience or their readers. They also use literary devices to show certain feelings and emotions and add depth to the text. Let's learn about them. Here are some common literary devices. The first one is rhyme scheme. A rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhymes at the end of each line of a poem or song. It is usually described using letters to indicate which lines rhyme with each other. So, राइम स्कीम का मतलब क्या है? राइम स्कीम होती है एक ऐसा पैटर्न जो एक सेंटेंस या एक लाइन के अंदर हमें रिपीट होता हुआ नजर आता है. इसको हम लेटर्स के जरिए इंडिकेट करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द सन इज ब्राइट, द स्काई इज ब्लू. हियर यू कैन सी द साउंड इज ब्राइट and in the second line the sound blue. Both these sounds do not align with each other. So, we use different letters to indicate them. It's a beautiful sight. Here you can see bright and sight. Both these words rhyme. So, we use the same letter to indicate the sound. With a lovely hue. Here, blue and hue. Both these words rhyme. So, we use the same letter B that we used to indicate the sound blue. Blue, hue. The next literary device is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words in a sentence or line. So, alliteration क्या होती है? किसी सेंटेंस या किसी लाइन में साउंड्स का रिपीट होना. कहाँ पे? बिगिनिंग में साउंड्स का रिपीट होना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Here you can see the sound p is constantly being repeated. So this is the best example of alliteration. Let's see another example from the text. Opposing all oppressions. Here you can see opposing oppressions in a single line, the sound is being repeated. So this is the example of alliteration. Now let's learn about imagery. Imagery refers to the use of vivid and descriptive language that appeals to the senses. So, writers imagery का इस्तेमाल क्यों करते हैं? To appeal the pent senses of the readers or the audiences. Imagery जो इमेजरी के लिए वर्ड्स यूज किए जाते हैं वो ऐसे वर्ड्स होते हैं जो हमारी पेंटा सेंसेस को इवोक करते हैं या डायरेक्टली अपील करते हैं. एग्जाम्पल से इसको समझते हैं. द ब्राइट ऑरेंज सन सेट बिहाइंड द माउंटेन्स कलरिंग द स्काई विद पिंक एंड पर्पल. हियर यू कैन वेरी क्लियरली ऑब्जर्व कि इस सेंटेंस में हमारी जो देखने की हिस्स है, हमारी जो सेंस ऑफ साइट है उसको अपील किया गया है बाय कॉन्स्टेंटली मेंशनिंग डिफरेंट कलर्स, पिंक, पर्पल, ऑरेंज. ऑल दीज कलर्स impact our sense of sight. In the next example, the sweet smell of flowers mixed with the fresh scent of rain. It is quite evident that in this example, our sense of smell is being evoked by mentioning of the words scent, fresh, sweet smell of flowers. And in the next example, the chocolate melted in my mouth, tasting rich and smooth. Definitely, in this example, our sense of tactile is being evoked, is being impacted. Let's read the poem and identify the above mentioned literary devices. Human rights to preserve, equality and human rights. As humans, we must insist to continue our fights. Rights, fights. So both these words, both these sounds rhyme with each other. So we will use the same letter to identify. Preserve and insist do not rhyme. So we use different letters to indicate them. As for ourselves, these at least we should reserve, is there anything else as human beings that we so naturally deserve? Speaking freely and thinking with clarity, opposing all oppressions and promoting equality. Again, you can see if we talk about this particular stanza, we can see clarity and equality both rhyme. So if we use A for this and if we use B for oppressions, again we will see A for equality. Clarity, equality. Oppressions के लिए हमने B letter को इस्तेमाल किया है. Allows us to defeat. Let's use the letter C for defeat. All repressions and suppressions. Can you see? Oppression, suppression. So we will use the letter B to identify the same sound, ensuring that there won't be any repeat. Defeat, repeat. So we will use the letter C to indicate the same sound, the rhyming sound. So this is how you identify the rhyme scheme in a song or in a poem. Also, in this particular stanza, you can see the example of imagery. Speaking freely and thinking with clarity. In this line, we can imagine or we can very clearly imagine a person or a situation who has now freedom of mind, who can think very clearly without any interruption, without any oppression. And opposing all oppressions. This is the example of alliteration. Because the same sound "o" is being used in the same line, opposing all oppressions. Now let's learn about capitonym. A word that changes its meaning and sometimes its pronunciation when the first letter is capitalized. सो कैपिटोनिम क्या होता है? कैपिटोनिम एक ऐसा वर्ड होता है कि जब उसके पहले लेटर को कैपिटलाइज कर दिया जाता है तो उसका मीनिंग तब्दील हो जाता है और समटाइम्स उसकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी चेंज हो जाती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टर्की एंड टर्की. अगर हम टी कैपिटल कर देते हैं तो इट इंडिकेट्स द कंट्री, और अगर इसका टी हम लोअर केस रहने देते हैं तो इट इंडिकेट्स टर्की द बर्ड. Similarly, in the next example, if the C is capitalized in the word China, it means the country. Whereas, if the C is lowercase in this word, it means porcelain. जिसे हम कहते हैं चीनी के बर्तन. चाइना में अगर C कैपिटल है तो उसका मतलब है कंट्री चाइना, और अगर C लोअर केस है तो उसका मतलब है चीनी के बर्तन. Let's have a look at some more examples. May. So, in this word, if M is capitalized, it refers to the month. And in this word, if M is lowercase, it indicates possibility or permission. For example, if I say, I may do that, or my birthday is in the month of May. Can you see the difference? August. In this word, as the A is capitalized, it refers to the month August. Whereas in this word, where A is lowercase, it means respected or impressive. He is an August man. My birthday is in the month of August. Polish. So, in this word, the letter P is capitalized. It refers to something or someone from Poland. Whereas, in this word, the letter P is lowercase. It means to make something smooth or shining. So, अगर loves polish का letter P कैपिटल है तो उसका मतलब है someone who is from Poland, और अगर उसका P लोअर केस है तो इसका मतलब है पॉलिश, यानी कि चमकाना, जिस तरह शू पॉलिश करना. China. We have already learnt about this example. Titanic. So in this word, the letter T is capitalized. It refers to the famous ship. Here, it refers to the famous ship that sank. Whereas, in this word, the T is lowercase. So, here it means enormous or of great strength. Lima. With the capital L, it refers to the capital city of Peru. Whereas, Lima with the lowercase, it refers to a type of bean, जैसे lima beans. So, I hope now you have learnt about the usage and the difference of capitonym. Here is your classroom activity. Identify the following as simile, metaphor, hyperbole or personification. Since the vertical linkage and our today's lecture has been completed, both these suggest that you have learnt about different literary devices. Now let's find out. James ran like a cheetah. Can you spot what literary device is being used here in this sentence? Simile. As you know, we use the words like or as to show simile. Here the word like is being used, so this is the example of simile. In the next sentence, good luck getting that out because blueberry stains are stubborn. So what is meant by stubborn? Stubborn means obstinate, जिद्दी. और ये किसकी निशानी है? ये किसकी अलामत है? ये कौन सी ऐसी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है या ट्रेट है या क्वालिटी है? ये एक ऐसी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक या ट्रेट या क्वालिटी है जो ह्यूमन बींग्स में पाई जाती है. और पर्सोनिफिकेशन क्या है? Personification का मतलब है to attribute human qualities to non-human objects. Here, blueberries that are non-human, that are being called stubborn. So, this is the example of personification. Life is a roller coaster with its ups and downs that make the ride both thrilling and unpredictable. As you know, while using metaphors, we make direct comparison, whereas in similes, we use the words like or as to show comparison. Here, in this example, life is a roller coaster. We have directly compared life with a roller coaster. So, this is the example of metaphor. After the classroom activity, here is your homework. Write more capitonyms in your notebook and write a paragraph using all figures of speech you have learned so far. We have also provided a simulation for your further and comprehensive understanding. The worksheet is also being attached, and apart from all these, we have provided different resources such as the skill sheet, the lesson plan and the question bank of this lecture.